Soul Garden.
Hello my friends, the Act 3 Video Orbit Report and now Audio Report on MP3 are both available at soulmart.me. You can dive deep into restoring justice in Libra and those deep boundaries we're cutting in Scorpio, plus information on the solar eclipse, all available at soulmart.me. Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your soul story together. Well, the sun now is in Libra. That is the sign of giving and receiving, ruled by Venus. That means we're all upgrading our justice and sense of fairness. We'll move from step 6 to step 12 this week. And this is basically at the high end potential for justice, which is why the world may be in a lot of negotiations right now. Now the moon will zip through Leo and Virgo, and then we have a new moon in Libra right away on Friday. Pretty powerful. And Saturday we're kind of having fun with that. The moon signs that are most affected by this in the light are Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. But the moon signs on the dark side of the moon are Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, moon signs that might be affected that way. Now, looking at the planets and how they affect our orbits, the chakras most affected, I think, of course, are the heart chakra. We got lots going on there. And with the moon in light cast day in Libra, that is a throat chakra light cast. So people might have issues with their voice, issues with their throat, that sort of thing. Of course, Black Lilith and Jupiter are kind of wreaking havoc in the solar plexus, and that will be the case for a full year. And the sun is basically throat chakra and third eye and above, due to the fact that we're moving the sun in Libra and Scorpio now. So, people have congestion issues or migraine issues. This is where it kind of manifests right now. Now, looking at the planets themselves, we've got this trine going on from Black Lilith in Cancer up to Saturn, which means as you grow up and draw lines with yourself, you're doing instant karma upgrade, which is really nice, and getting past the past, I think, forever. Also, this may hold up business on Earth. This is a grand square or grand cross, however you look at it. But what it is forcing justice on Earth. The sun is opposing Uranus and Aries, and that is a battle between ego, fairness, and justice. But also tied up are our emotions, with Black Lilith trying to end the past and Pluto trying to change the rules. So things are moving forward in a big way on Earth, but on the inside of our lives, we are changing, and I have those details, of course, in each of your scopes. And then lastly, we've got this Black Lilith Grand Trine. So underneath all this non-movement on Earth, officially with business or legal or whatever, is unofficial, pure movement on the inside. This is the emotional currents going on. So as you draw boundaries with yourself with Saturn and Scorpio, you are instantly kind of ascending up with Neptune retrograde, so you're learning and spiritually able to find higher peace with yourself or greater sense of self-compassion, and that allows you to cut away Black Lilith at the bottom, cut away the emotional past, cut away basically your emotional karma, all right? So for the details of you and the specifics of you, we've got to take the ascension elevator up, so I'll see you upstairs at 33,000 feet.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Namaste, Sagittarians and Sagittarius risings. How do we put you guys? I call you like the social consultants. You are the conscious consultants. You are the masters of collective wisdom. You're also the adventurers and the ones who've usually traveled the earth and have seen it done so many different ways. It makes you much wiser than the average narrow-minded soul. And so where are my friends? I love Sages and Sag risings. One of my favorite signs. I think we all feel the same way. We just can't get enough time with you. And that's kind of like a great subconscious lead into this week's topic, because with the sun in Libra, it's about where do you find yourself belonging in the world, the I belong consciousness. Now, the I belong state of awareness is the part of us that maps out our world. So when you're in the supermarket and you have a feeling that the milk is over here, That is your Aquarius consciousness. It's your Aquarius consciousness that knows where the milk is. It's your Aquarius consciousness that knows good milk to bad milk rated. It's your Aquarius consciousness that knows what it's taken you in life to get to the point where you can buy organic milk, or what it's taken you to realize that you shouldn't have dairy. So our context consciousness is the context in which we see things. And Sagittarius and Sag risings, they see their context as a delicate Libra balance. They see the world as an art form. They see reputation as an art. There's profound respect. And because you use artistry to approach your reputation in life, you think it's artistry, you probably tend to take more for the team than you should. You probably are not fair to yourself. You probably have not gotten what you felt like was a fair representation. And part of that has to do with the opposite part of this lesson, Uranus and Aries. Your heart, loving and trusting your heart. Not basing it on the world, but loving and trusting your heart so that the world figures it out. In fact, put so simply, where do you belong? Wherever your heart says you belong. Wherever you love, that's where you belong. So our belonging is where we end up. Where we start is in the heart, Leo. Where we end up is Aquarius. And this week we're going to cut away where you don't end up. That's the first part. What doesn't? This is not my friend. This is not my organization. I'm not really a part of this. I don't know if I want to be a member of this. And unsubscribing from social context, unsubscribing from what does not serve your belief structure and belief as in what your heart agrees with, right? So let's talk about that. Unsubscribing. So as we start off, you are unsubscribing from context you don't feel like you belong to. Unsubscribing from friendships. Unfriending people maybe on Facebook. Unfriending me right now. Bye. Oh, well, I loved you. But it's okay. You know, we all have our social circles. We all belong with our heart. And everyone will be taken care of in every little circle. Then we're going to move forward. Well, where do you see yourself? What is your diplomacy? Where do you find your title and reputation? Where do you want to build your title and reputation now that you've cut what you don't belong to in society? So this week the sun moves from step 7, which is kind of like using intuition to find your place in the world where you belong, you know, going down, opening that door you wouldn't have opened, that sort of thing, to the end of the week, purebred 12. 12 is a Sagittarius degree, so a Jupiter explorative day on Saturday, Sunday. And Lightcast Day is on Friday, which is this year going to be 11. So that's a healing. You're going to restore integrity to your reputation in society. So you're not just going to cut away and run this year. This year, you'll probably restore. You'll leave everything nice. Now, when it comes to interfaith, this is a big part of the story right now. Your mind is kind of pulled into the subconscious, into the darker thinking this week. You want to be very clear about why you have faith. You want to decide what's going from your life on the darker realm, on the shadowy side. Love and trust that stuff is gone forever. And then Venus at 2026 says, giving and receiving a very high faith from God, universe, creator. Doing high faith in receiving right now. So I think a lot of Sagittarius and Sag risings may be doing a lot of prayer, meditation, or should be, I have to say. You'll feel so much better. I'm just saying, I'm your Jewish father. All of a sudden. So look at this week. Now looking at the slow-moving planets this week, Jupiter at 18 degrees says you need to love and trust and commit to trusting. So as far as where personal boundaries are drawn and changed and things like that, you yourself don't want to change this week, love and trust what feels right and don't change. So don't move the pawn pieces like, maybe I should get naked. No, hold on. Don't change any boundaries. Saturn at 10 degrees means love and trust the inner faith. Don't question your inner faith. Like, oh, maybe I'm not really, trusted by God with this. Don't introduce any doubt. Don't go down any path of the past or what you failed on in the past, or doesn't matter. That is all dead. That's the point. Uranus at 10 degrees says, love and trust what your heart tells you. Do not add more. Do not subtract. Love and trust what your heart tells you. And then Neptune at 3 degrees retrograde in Pisces says, stay flexible. Stay self-nurturing, okay? Stay self-compassionate when it comes to your emotions and yourself, okay? So you got to be self-nurturing, self-compassionate all the time. So looking at this week, on Sunday, there's a restoration of peace. So again, what's this whole month about? It's actually about where you belong. So you might have already up until now been kind of having issues with friends or issues with Citibank or issues with something you don't belong to. And the moon in Leo means that your emotions are very righteous. So you're very righteous and full of yourself on Sunday and Monday, and this is the way it should be, and this is the way it shouldn't be, and yada, yada, yada. And this is really all building up to a big decision or something you might have, and so something might be stirring you in the subconscious that deals with more of a practical decision that you have to make. And this decision might be a career decision. However, I think you are feeling that the career decision will affect greatly your social reputation and belonging. So on Sunday and Monday, a lot of that is stirring. On Tuesday, it's time to decide where you don't belong in society. And even though you might have made some cuts with friendships and unfriended a couple of people on Facebook, Tuesday's the real day where you're making some sort of decision and you're cutting away from belonging to the wrong types of people. Now, these people would be people that your heart's not in love with, people who don't care for your heart, who don't care for your inner child's needs. Inner child means immature, means maybe you're not ready, but because they care for your inner child, they are forgiving and give you time and space, okay? So we're cutting away from people who don't respect our inner child. We're cutting away from areas where we don't respect our inner child. If you're taking yourself to a strip club every night, you're not respecting your own inner child. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm talking to the guys here. So whatever that is, you're making that decision. And on Tuesday, you're saying we're cutting away from this. Now, emotions are very career-based, so it's highly likely this is a career decision. On Wednesday, you're taking action with that, whatever that is, and you're stepping away from a certain way of being. On Thursday, you're loving and trusting you did the right thing. And I don't think the universe is going to tell you if you did or not. It'll be drum roll the whole day, right? But what's interesting on Thursday is at this point, you win back. Like your inner child has been afraid that it won't get what it wants. Maybe you've been quick to want to act out. Maybe your inner child has wanted to be a brat the whole time. And so you've had to be strong. So on Thursday, at this point, you are past the point of having to sweat it out for your inner child on Thursday. At this point, it's kind of like smooth sailing in the sense that if you haven't stood up for your inner child in society by Thursday, you probably aren't going to this year. So hopefully you have. Then on Friday, it's like Cast Day. It's the most powerful day of the month to manifest. In your case, you begin a new beginning in society. And 11 also is integrity. So hopefully you have cut away from what you don't belong to with integrity. Meaning, look, I'm just not happy. Integrity means honesty and honor. So if you were honest and you were in honor when you cut away, then you are healing that. And you're also holding the space for integrity moving forward. And integrity far as I want to find where my heart really truly belongs, which means I want people to be honest with who they are and their heart and integrity, and I'll be honest with who I am, and hopefully we'll get along just fine. So Friday is a good, powerful, I think, optimistic light cast day. The moon is in Libra, the sun is in Libra. All this is about where you jive in the world, and if nothing else, you're not getting cheated on anymore. That's the feeling. Then on Saturday, it's a very Jupiter, explore, have fun kind of day. I think you're going to run with that ball. Oops, I just hit the mic. You're going to run with that ball. You're going to run with the feelings of where you might belong. You're going to run with that social good vibration feeling. And I think so Saturday is a great day to play and go have fun. All right. So taking a sneak peek at next week, the following week, if you do all the soul work, you'll find that on Sunday there's a quantum breakthrough. The following Tuesday is Love Fest Day in Sagittarius, so a special Sag Love Fest Day. Sag and Sag Risings, put that on your calendar, Tuesday the 8th. Super fun, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious day. Whew, I tried and I stay committed to that. And then check it out. It looks like you'll be committing to some sort of social reputation, maybe even signing a contract or some sort of taking on a title Thursday the 10th. So that's all the fun stuff. So now I've got to pull back here, and we're going to do something cool. I've got a present for you at the end of the horoscope. It's called a Serious Joy Toy. And before we get there, we're going to go back down to earth. I have a couple announcements and then a Serious Joy Toy for you after this. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Witecki Theater, the serene environment I've created for meditations and products, including the Act 3 Orbit Reports. And that's what I'm talking about today. For just $11.11, I will guide you for over 30 minutes on Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, giving you a nice forecast of what's to come. And believe it or not, on 11/11/2013, there'll be a lot of change. You have to watch or listen to find out. So please help us by downloading your copy at soulmart.me. And now to your Serious Joy Toy. Okay, Sages and Sag Risings, it's time for the Serious Joy Toy. And the Serious Joy Toy is something I invented completely out of my head, seriously. That is about a toy, an intellectual, spiritual toy for you to play with for the whole week. And the toy has been seriously designed by yours truly to help you step out of what you're trying to step out of and step into what you step into. Plus, I'm a firm believer that the only way to manifest is through the inner child, which the inner child is never older than age 7. And so the Serious Joy Toy is actually for the inner child only. So if the adult would just step out of the room, please, and let the child come in. Thank you. All right, so your Serious Joy Toy of the week is, drumroll please, what if you could create your own society? Now, this is your Serious Joy Toy. As you're going through the whole week and you are deciding who stays and who doesn't stay and all this, I want you to pretend like you're going to be able to create your own society and that you aren't at all deciding whether or not you belong to a club or whatever, but rather that you are deciding whether or not the world is in your society, whether these friends are in your club. That's your Serious Joy Toy, and I really think you should seriously play the game all week long, because you're going to find that if you play it seriously, things change. And you're going to find that if you can create your own society and you take that little game each moment and each choice this week, I think it'll be different choices. All right, my Sag and Sag Risings, I'm so grateful. Your child can go back in hiding now. And I will see you in 7 days. Thank you so much. Namaste and live, love, be. I'm convinced at this ripe age of 22 that so funny. Actually,